We've heard it 9 million times. Self-care is not selfish. But is that true though? And if self-care really is not selfish, isn't it self-seeking though? Is it self-serving or is it sanctified? I just feel like culture makes us feel like self-care is... Hey Bible beauties, welcome back to the channel. I am Yasmine Williams-Woods, and every single week I release Christian lifestyle content to help women conquer life and everything it throws at them by leveraging the courageous love of Jesus. Woo, child, this thing right here is convicting even me. I just feel like culture makes us feel like self-care is about treating ourselves. What if self-care is really about trusting our God, and then trusting him so much so that we abide in him and that we sustain ourselves, or we allow him to sustain us through him and through obeying his ways, aligning ourselves with his will and his way? I don't really know, but we're gonna talk about it in this video. And I'm gonna share with y'all how I love on myself, how I romanticize my life, if you will, air quotes, but I can't air quote you right now, and lavish myself in the luxurious love of the Lord as a Christian mom, as a wife, as a boss. What does that look like? What is realistic? And what is righteous? Now hear me on this, because I'm not saying that anything is wrong with the different ways that people do self-care, because I'm about to keep talking like this, and it's not. I talk with my hands a lot anyway. Nails be raggedy, okay? There's nothing wrong with the different ways that people indulge in self-care. Going to the spa, getting your nails done, your hair done, your travel, whatever it is. I'm just saying that the mindsets around it need to be checked, because I'm forever trying to be transformed by the renewing of my mind, okay? And honestly, it all comes back to Romans 12:2. Be not conformed to the ways of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Because if you're a mom, if you're a wife, then the world will have you out here. So maybe let's renew our minds. And also, like, there's no pressure. I was just putting this into the comments for one of the new Bible beauties. Let me go to it. Maybe it's gone. And I gotta hurry up. I'm probably gonna talk to y'all when I get to... I'm hungry, y'all. So when I get to where I'm going. But... now I gotta go to YouTube because I want to shout you out. Thank you so much for leaving a comment. Thank you so much for joining the faith family. Okay, so it is Lenice. Prayerfully I'm saying your name correctly, but she was talking about, like, everything is not for me, everything is not for us, and you shouldn't feel any pressure like, oh, I gotta go to the spa, I gotta maintain this, I gotta get my facials, I gotta get my eyelash extensions, whatever I gotta, like, no, I'm more concerned about my soul care and how God has created me, structured me to be full. And y'all, God has given us gifts a lot of times, and I'm gonna tell y'all the specific ways, concrete, actionable ways. Like, I really protect myself, care for myself, all the things. But while we out in these streets, let me just talk to you like this real quick. But in our gifts, it is so caring, so loving, so gentle to ourselves when we operate in our gifts. So for a lot of people, they are gifted with the gift of service, they are gifted with the gift of teaching, they are gifted with the gift of generosity, or whatever that might be. And so just operating in your gift is like, oh, so good for yourself. And not spending money, not going to the nail spa, whatever, is so good for yourself. Serving and doing to others, it's just the way you self-care in general. But we gonna come back, because now y'all know I will go on tangents, and I did jot out my points that I want to talk to y'all about. But things be coming to my mind when I be out here, and I'm like, oh, I gotta tell my Bible besties. May I have a number 8 fries, a Sprite? May I have a small order of mozzarella sticks?
Okay, what else are you doing?
That's it. No, thank you. Just lots of ketchup and some mustard. Yes, please. I haven't even told y'all what we're doing today. So, I just gotta run some errands. But this is like my little self-care thing. I'm taking my time. Sometimes just slowing down is a form of self-care. I'm not rushing, although I cannot wait to get home. I'm praying to get home by a certain time so I can still get me an hour and a half nap. Another way that I self-care. When I'm tired, I take a nap. If I want a nap, I take a nap. Now, I have not been napping like I used to nap. It used to be a daily thing. But I get at least 2 naps a week. One on the weekend. They be so good. And then probably one in between. But my weekday naps, they never exceed 20 minutes. I don't like that for me. But, so when I got my nails and stuff done, I'm gonna go try to find me something to wear for Demetric and my date tonight. Or this weekend. And then I'm setting up Valentine's Day get together with my sister, mom, and family. Even that is self-love for me because I love decorating. I love creating an experience. I love activities and family time. Or, Girl, do you. However you show yourself love, that's how you show yourself love. And I eat stuff. This is not love for my body. But I'm loving the taste. OMG, make it make sense. Here's another one, which is silence. OMG. I have so many friends whom I need to call right now. I need to text back. I probably got over 40 text messages because I always do. And this is a good time for me to call them back. But I have to rest my mind and I have to stop feeling like, oh, I gotta do this. Oh, let me get back to this person. Let me respond to this person. Let me do this. Let me call this. And it's just like, I'm never gonna have a second to myself or a second for my brain to rest. Turn the music off and just sit in silence and let God speak to you, y'all. And he will, and he does. Enjoy yourself. That is self-care, enjoying yourself. I've learned to consecrate. Let me put y'all up. Okay, because I've learned to, shout out to my friend. I didn't even know this was the word or a process, but like consecrate myself. And so she went to this retreat where there was a whole day that nobody spoke and nobody said nothing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I do that all the time. I've been doing that at home. Because, I mean, until my family gets home. And I need that. It's so rejuvenating. So enjoy the silence. However long you can do that or whatever it might look like for you. For all my traditional self-care girlies who also like to take care of themselves by saving them a coin, I'm telling you, Marshall's got all your little beauty regimen things you could possibly ever need. All the high-end brands for the low price. Okay, so we absolutely did not like these jeans, but if you're not already doing this, pro tip, when you go to try on clothes, wear something that you can just slip the clothing on top of. Anyway, no, we're just having family over. We were gonna bake and decorate cakes, but I'm about to cut this up with some heart-shaped large things, and we're gonna do it that way. Yeah, my husband and I are gonna go out tomorrow. What about you? Because I kind of left y'all hanging, and I do apologize because I've been to Hobby Lobby. I was in Marshall's for forever, exactly 2 hours, y'all. So I got some stuff from there. I was supposed to get gift bags while I was in HEB because despite everybody puts the stuff up for the holiday before the holiday is over, and I really don't understand why. Nor do I understand where the hand sanitizer is, because it always goes back in this thing. Okay, so I do not like hand sanitizers. You know my hands are always dry. So the hand sanitizer doesn't help with that. But if dry hands mean dead germs, I gotta do what I gotta do. Let me tell y'all some practical ways real quick that I practice self-love. A small way that I set boundaries is on school nights, my kids go to bed at 8 p.m. I can't do it. I'm exhausted, I'm tired. I'm worn, you're worn. Everybody needs to halt if we are angry, hungry, angry, lonely, or tired. And by 8 o'clock, everybody's tired and we all need to halt. I'll be back.
Get it.
Bye-bye. Slash, look, y'all, I'm not joking. When I tell y'all I do something, I'm doing it. And this faith planning, it really is helping me. I'm really enjoying it. Okay, I had to change and switch it up because it is Valentine's Day. And let me just say that that's self-love, that I'm not feeling any pressure to get Valentine's Day content out before Valentine's Day, because though this is my favorite holiday and the best day, you know, I just be in the moment, living the moment. I don't know if y'all noticed, I don't even vlog when my kids and I are out or Demetrius and I are doing something. I might get a little shorts, but that's really all I'm going to do. So I just changed my little top thing. I'll tie it. It's a duster, goes to the floor. But I'm gonna give y'all these self-care technical things while I unbox and show y'all what I have. But I was saying, this is where we got left off. Shout out to y'all for just hanging with me, sticking with me, tolerating my non-linear approach to storytelling. I was telling you that I have a code word. It is giraffe, because my kids know, okay, when mommy calls a giraffe, and my husband, it means she needs solitude. She needs peace. She is probably overstimulated, and this is her way of regulating. She is decompressing or whatever. I'm regulating, and they understand that, because you can't, ain't no self-love, ain't no love for nobody else if you're not regulating them emotions. Please, let's get it in order and keep it in order. Okay? And we all have code words. We have little code words for other things. Just one of the ways that I love myself so that I can love others. The Bible says, love your neighbor as you love yourself. So self-love is important, but the focus is on loving other people. So how am I loving myself in a way that's enabling me to love others? Because that's what I really am about to do. Because I think about Jesus, y'all, after John the Baptist died, he was so distraught. He wanted time away, but multitudes of people kept following him. People kept needing them, and he showed compassion on them. He stuck with his purpose. And if I'm to live like Christ lived, then I gotta have the same thing. I don't know. I just want to caution us around self-love. Let me answer this for it's my sister. Okay, and while I showed y'all the things that I got for the Valentine's Day cake decorating, I was supposed to go through the rest of the little things that I do for self-care, self-love, whatever your term is. However, I ended up on the phone running my mouth. Let me go ahead and start this Bible study portion of the video. I'm just going to do a little sound, a little overlay, then we'll pick it back up later on. And honestly, it all comes back to Romans 12:2. Be not conformed to the ways of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Because if you are a mom, if you are a wife, then the world will have you out here thinking you are missing out. You are not doing something right. You're not living right. You're not being loved right. You're not taking care of yourself because you're not at the spa. You're not in the class. You're not doing all the things. Your nails ain't done. Your hair ain't done. When, God has just been talking to me about self-care and giving me grace to see the many different ways he calls me to care for my soul so that I can then pour out, so that where he calls me to serve his people as opposed to serve myself, so that he then can take care of me. I'm his child. I'm his job. I'm his priority. I'm his prized possession. And when you loved real good by the Father, I ain't even got to spend all the time loving on me. I want to pour out. And it really is a WWJD kind of thing. I'm going to take you to the Word of God, of course. So these are just some little Valentine's Day bag stuffers. So your equivalent of a stocking stuffer that we got for the girls for Valentine's Day.
Anyway, we'll be there by 7:30. You don't need us to bring anything in? Okay.
I mean, you can if you want to. I mean, if there's something specific you want to have, then you can.
Alright, we'll be there later.
Alrighty. Love you too. Bye-bye. Sorry, see, that's what I was talking about earlier. Pause. Don't take pause. Give yourself peace. Because you got stuff to do. You're trying to do stuff. Then you end up, let me tell you, you end up getting overwhelmed and frustrated. I used to find that, I used to sit in the car riding line for like an hour. Sorry. And I would be on the phone during that time. And I'd be trying to frantically get off the phone as my kids were walking to the car so I could greet them and be present for them. But I would find that I would be short patient because it's like, I've used up all my emotional capacity of my time, my freedom, or I have angst about this other thing. So now I'm taking it out on my kids. I cannot do phone. Self-care. Self-care, okay? Do not disturb at all times unless I feel like being disturbed. That's what I have to do for me. I'm not saying do that for you. And then this whole thing, I showed y'all, the whole thing around like spending money and doing things. This is what I'm going to wear tomorrow for our little casual day. It's been cold here. It's gonna be raining and cold tomorrow, so I feel like it fits so cute. So I love that. I gotta get the girls things together. They're about to be home, and I should put y'all on tripod, but I'm not, and that doesn't give me the best angle. So here we are. We talked about bedtime. We talked about phone. We talked about silence. We talked about, because these are practical day-to-day things. We need to take care of ourselves every day. Clearly, y'all, I read the word. We talked about like operating in our gifts. We talked about walking in our purpose. I told y'all I took notes. So let me just find out. Here we go. I'm trying to get this squared away before the kids get home. So I'm probably honestly gonna have to circle back, and that's what makes life a vlog. But because I gotta get y'all into our new study from Bio Beauty Code, The Heart to Serve. It's so in line with this whole self-love, self-care concept and understanding. I just really want us to know like what it looks like. As I keep saying, what it looks like for somebody else, it may not look like for you. But we don't need to covet what somebody else is doing or what they got going on. You don't even like that anyway. You don't like somebody touching all over your body, massaging you. You don't even like your nails done. You don't like somebody doing your own hair. You don't even like candles. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. And then some people go to workout classes, or they are a part of running clubs, and all that sounds fun. And in different seasons, we have gym memberships, all the things. Now we gonna be right here at this amenity, or we take our daily walks as long as it's hotter than 60 degrees. But what fuels me is I spend 4.5 hours a week in Bible study, in the Word, with women whom I love and admire, and I get to do life. I learn so much. It's so enriching. It's good for my mind. It's good for my soul. It's good for my body. It's good for my habits. It's just good. This is not to boast. Rather, it is to say that we are all different, and we all have various things that we enjoy doing with our time or with our lives. Now I'm just going through my list. I don't know what I've said and have not said. But 1 or 2 days out of the week, I do not go on social media. And y'all know I have given up TV Monday through Thursday. It's been so good to me. I've been in the Word. And this is my self-care. And I just want mamas to know it doesn't have to be elaborate. It's in the day-to-day things that you do, how you're setting an example for your daughters or your husband or your children, how you're shining your light, taking care of your light, stewarding the gifts that God has given you. Beauty is a gift, as my Mimi/mentor always says. Beauty is a gift. We have to steward that. So a lot of the beauty regimen stuff, it is important. Or just keeping your health and staying in shape and all of the things, relaxing your mind and watching HGTV on a Friday night. These are all little ways of self-care. What are the daily things that you can do to take care of yourself? Is it like, hey, after 8 p.m., Is it, because this is what I do. If it's late and I'm tired, but I don't want to leave my kitchen a mess, y'all have seen the times I leave my kitchen a mess. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm not going to keep doing this. So now it's like, I can only do so much. So I'm going to give it 10 minutes, and whatever's not done in 10 minutes, it just won't be done. But I got to go because these lovelies are here. Welcome home. Happy Valentine's Day. Now, a lot of this is addressed and alluded to in our new study, A Heart to Serve, written by Shelby Johnson. But I'm not going to get into what she gets into, so I encourage you just to head to the website and buy the book. But I do want to talk to you about, I'm just going to real quick go to the book of Matthew, chapter 14. And I mentioned that Bible study because it really is a heart posture thing. And sometimes, woman of God, mom, friend, or whatever stage, even for my friends, my Bible beauties who are not moms, sometimes you'll have people in your life who like, you need to take a trip. You need to do this. You need to do what God is telling you to do. That's how somebody else might take care of their self, but that's probably not how you are being called to take care of yourself in this season. And what you did in another season may not work for you in this season. And I talk about that a little bit somewhere in the video. We have to be present where we are and attuned to Holy Spirit or where we are, because we'll get so wrapped up to what God is doing in somebody else's life or what God did in another season, and we'll feel like something's wrong with us in this season, or we are missing out in this season, or we need to be doing more in this season. And God's like, no, no, no. So I pray that in this video, you will just see the little ways that we take care of ourselves every day, and we'll see the ways to take care of ourselves in a way that aligns with the way God calls us to take care of ourselves. Our Father God was a servant leader, is a servant leader. He came and he washed feet. So I'm not going to get on here and tell you to take care of yourself, and self-love and self-care is all that. As you going to the spa and you, no. As you taking a luxurious bath, do those things if they are places of solitude and peace and rest for you. I'm not saying anything against it, but I just want to come on here for the mamas, for the wives, for the boss women, for the busy women who might feel like I'm missing out. Something's wrong in my life. I'm not blessed. I'm not prosperous because I'm not living according to what somebody else is doing. No, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am, no, ma'am. You didn't get the beauty treatment. You didn't take the class. You didn't take the trip. And that's okay. You still over there loving yourself, and that's good enough. And if you somebody who do all the things, know that the women in your life, they're probably good, they're straight. Don't feel like they need to do all the things because you do the things and you enjoy the things and God has created you in that way. That's not their thing. That's not their thing. So I came on for the people who are like me, like, I'm good. I'm straight. Trust me. I'm well loved over here. I'm richly loved. I am abundantly loved. Love lived at me. I had to play it in last week's video. And y'all, I'm gonna just go on a tangent. I pray this gets all clear and you get the point in the video some way, somehow, because I was out in these streets and I was vlogging. Didn't want it to be a talking head video, but I just, there's a different kind of self-love video. There's a different kind of self-love blog. It looks like I don't have to go shopping. That's not my thing. I don't even like to do it. I don't have to get my hair done. I prefer to do it myself or not at all. I don't have to get my makeup all dolled up. I prefer, to me, it's a use of time or a use of resources that I'd rather pour into something else in this season in my life. I'm not saying it's going to always be like that, but that's what it is right now. All right, let me go to the word. I want to go to the word because we are to live a WWJD life, and that's what we going to do. We were created differently, so things are going to look different. But, okay, this is after Jesus feeds the 5,000. The disciples come to him and they tell him, I think in the Gospel of Mark, this is chapter 9, where he talks about this. Oh, yeah. If you've been around long enough, you know I will forget where something is. Sorry, it's not after he feeds the 5,000. It is when he feeds the 5,000. So right before he feeds the 5,000 in Matthew 13, just before that, John the Baptist is beheaded. John the Baptist, as we know, is Jesus's cousin. Jesus loved him. John the Baptist came before Jesus and prepared the way for Jesus. He loved him. Moreover, if John the Baptist is beheaded, it's all the more clear that the time for Jesus to go to the cross to take the cup is getting closer and closer. So there's this gamut of emotions, and Jesus really just wants to mourn. Picking up in verse 13, it says, when Jesus heard about it, the beheading of John, he withdrew from there by boat to a remote place to be alone. To be alone, y'all. When the crowd heard this, they followed him on foot from the towns. When he went ashore, he saw a large crowd, had compassion on them, and healed their sick. I wanted to pull it out in this video because as a mama, again, this bitterness, when we conform to the ways of the world, there's bitterness that will rise up. There's frustration. There's a lack of gratitude. There's a victim. There's irritability because we feel like, oh, I need my alone time. I need to be able to go here. I need to do this. I need to be able to shop. I need to be able to spend this. I need to be able to travel here. I need my solo trip. I need my whatever. Where my spa? I need to be in a spa every week, once a month, or whatever the case may be. I haven't got my hair done in months. I used to always get my hair done. I used to always go here. I was always in the store. I was always looking fly. I was always, and we just, what we used to do, who God was to us in a different season, or again, what he is in the life of somebody else in this season that they're in, and we start comparing. Moreover, we start conforming to the ways of the world that says that is what we needed to take care of ourselves, and no. And we get a little irritated because it's like, man, I can't even go to the bathroom by myself. Which, y'all, I go to the bathroom by myself, and been going to the bathroom by myself when my kids were very, very small. It's giving boundaries, okay? But anyway, for the mamas, that's your story, that's your thing, where it's like, oh, I just had to do this. Can I just get a minute to cook by myself in silence? Or can I just clean? Can I just finish this one thing? And we get frustrated because we just need a minute. And when we need a minute, we feel like we need a moment to take care of ourselves, a little self-care. Where's the self-care for me? But look what Jesus did. Y'all, he was grieving. He was grieving the death, the murder, the violence against John the Baptist, someone whom he loved deeply, but also the other implications that had for his children, for the people that he came to die, for the people who would reject him, for the people who would never come to know him. And it breaks his heart. So he's grieving the souls that will be lost. He is grieving the loss of his beloved cousin. He is grieving what is to come. And yet and still, when he sees people, he has compassion on them and he heals them. He ministers to them. Shortly thereafter, he feeds the 5,000. And you mean to tell me that you can't sit down and have that conversation with the child? You can't go ahead and cook that meal? You can't listen to that husband? You can't do the thing because you need to be at the spa? Well, Jesus needed a long time too. Woo, child. This thing right here is convicting even me, because if you know me, you know when I'm working, when I'm doing my thing, when I'm in my quiet time, my alone time, my focus time, my work time, please do not interrupt me. Please do not call me. Please do not text me. Really? Is it giving service? Is it giving compassion? Is it giving Christ-like? Absolutely not. So because I have convinced myself, this is my time. I do everything for my house, for my kids, for my family. This is my time. We're on borrowed time. Is it though? That was Jesus's time. When he left to go to a remote place, that was his time. But he took compassion on others. When he was in heaven with the Father, before he had to come down here for my little raggedy self, that was his time. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to edit my video and I done got gathered. But it's something about serving. You have to get the Bible study, get into this. Serving and having a heart posture for service that it fills you. Oh, you doing another YouTube? You need to take a break. You need This is what keeps me going, keeps me near the cross, keeps me with Jesus, keeps me filled with his sufficient grace, keeps me walking in his mercies that are new every day, keeps me witnessing about his goodness, keeps me witnessing it for myself. So yeah, sorry, y'all, my little tangent, because I just be like, people, that I love that for you. I love that for you. But please know that over here, I'm good. I don't want that for me. I don't desire that for me. Been there, done that, might get back to doing it in a different season if that's God's will for my life. And I sincerely, wholeheartedly love that it is what he's doing in your life right now. But I'm not comparing myself to you, and I don't need you comparing me to you either. I love that for you. I love that. I love that. Sincerely, wholeheartedly, I rejoice with you. And y'all, we all supposed to be rejoicing with each other. So if I'm rejoicing for you and what you do to take care of you and love on you and live it up and thrive, then as a woman of God, especially as a woman of God in my life, whether virtually or real life, like rejoice for me, I'm good. Trust me. I hope it's making sense for somebody. And I pray for those of you who are in a season where financially, where time-wise, or just out of the pure desire of your heart, that self-care for you doesn't look like the traditional culture expectations of self-care. I pray that I've said something in this video that will make you grateful for the things that you are already doing, that God is already creating space for you to do, that you will see like, oh, I'm good. I'm doing this. I'm taking care of me. You're good. You're good. You in the word of God? Good. It's people out here in a spa every week, but they ain't been to church. More if they ain't opened the word. They're not in community with women. They're not praying. Y'all, that is my self-care. That's my self-care and ability to say no, which my friend Vidal, she'll tell you, I've been needing to say more no's. I say no. I'll be over here taking care of myself, stewarding the gifts that God has gave me, pouring out, ministering to my family and those within Bible Beauty Co. And I will say no in a quickness, but in this recent season, I have not been saying no. And I gotta give it. I mean, I've been saying no, but I've been having more yeses than usual, and it's a no. And in that, I start to realize the self-care thing. Like, no, I'm out here. I'm saying yes to all these things because that's what people are doing, and it's like, oh, you're supposed to be doing that. No. What's for me is for me. What's for you is for you. God is perfect. God is omnipotent. God is sovereign. He knows. So stay close to him. Stay in communication with him. He will show you how to take care of you, because he's the one taking care of you. I know, y'all. I'll be all over the place. But again, I hope I made sense for somebody. All right, Bible Beauties. That's all I have for this video. I hope I've said something to enlighten, inform, enrich, empower, inspire, entertain you in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And if so, I want to invite you to like, share, comment, subscribe. Do all of that and keep on watching.